Hey guys, Chuck Golub with eXp Realty and the Golub Golub team. I want to talk to you about how much cash you need to buy a house. Some people forget that you actually need cash to buy a house. Most people don't have the cash available to buy the exact house they want today, so they go out and get a mortgage. But on top of the mortgage, and to make that mortgage happen, you have to have cash. So let's say you're buying a $300,000 house because it's an easy number for me to work with, and I use it all the time. You are going to need 3% approximately for closing costs to buy a house. So for a $300,000 house, that's $9,000. Some lenders require less for closing costs, some require more, and you may even in some cases, even in this market, get a seller to pay for part of your closing costs, but it's not a really good bet right now. So plan on having about $9,000 for closing costs. Those will be due on the day that you close on your house. You don't need them the day you write the contract. Additionally, depending on what type of loan program you have, let's assume you're a conventional mortgage, which most buyers are right now. Some lenders will let you get by with about 3%, not too often. More typically, you're going to see about 5%. So 5% of 300,000 is $15,000. So we've got the $9,000 for closing costs, $15,000 for cash due at closing. That's your contribution to the mortgage, assuming you're going to finance 95% of that house. So now you're in for $24,000. In addition, you need to put down earnest money, and that earnest money is going to be due within 3 days in Minnesota, within 3 days of an accepted contract. And typically, earnest money is $1,000 minimum, more or less. I've seen less. I've seen a lot more. 1% of $3,000 used to be pretty common, and that's $3,000. And sometimes you see people put down a lot of earnest money. And if you've seen my video on winning in multiple offers, I recommend putting down $10,000 if you have it, $20,000 sometimes, depending on the house. So you'll need that money right away. Within a few days of an accepted offer, if there's an inspection, you'll need to pay for that. That's out of pocket. And that's anywhere from $400 to maybe $800, depending on what you want to be as part of your inspection. Additionally, assuming that you settle your inspection and you move forward, you're going to order an appraisal. And those are about $500. You have to pay those out of pocket right when you order them. Very few lenders will let you pile that into your closing costs. So we've talked about the maybe $400 to $800 for an inspection. We talked about the 1% to maybe $10,000. So maybe $3,000 that's due about 3 days after you write the contract. And then on closing day, you need about $24,000. Remember that your earnest money you put down will move over as part of your cash due at closing, so you can subtract that. And ultimately, maybe $21,000 plus your appraisal and inspection, maybe about $22,000 is what you need to pay out of pocket if you're going to buy a $300,000 house in today's market. I hope that helps, and I can go into a lot more detail. Just give me a call, give me an email, give me a text.